Hi everyone, it's Angel.
And I'm Jeremy.
Today's topic is 开发票.
Issuing an invoice.
Yeah.
This is something that's a little bit unique to China, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of explanation, so I think we'll get to that at the end.
Okay.
And why don't we now start with the dialogue?
Okay, details and tips. Okay, let's review the dialogue. 开一张发票.
Give me an invoice.
抬头写个人还是单位?
Addressed to an individual or organization?
汉语堂文化有限公司.
The Mandarin Tube Culture Company Limited.
稍等.
Wait a moment.
中奖了.
I won.
先生，这是您的中奖金额2元.
Sir, here are your winnings of 2 yuan. He didn't really win much, did he?
Yes, but he's lucky.
Yeah, I have never won.
Yes, me too. Okay, let's do it with points.
Okay.
The first one, 开
一张发票，
抬头写个人还是单位？
汉语堂文化有限公司。
Now, this word kai we've all probably learned before to mean to start, or you could even open kai the window, right?
Yes.
So in this instance, it's none of those meanings. It's a completely different one, and it means to issue or to make out.
Yes.
And it can be in reference to a receipt. You can issue a receipt or to make out a pen and ledger to someone. Yeah.
Yes.
So let's see an example.
Okay. The first one. 医生给病人开了一个药方.
Okay, the doctor wrote out a prescription for the patient. So he wrote it out, but he issued a prescription. Okay. Can we have another one?
Yeah. 请给我开一份消费清单.
Please issue an expenses list for me. Now, this is something you might want if you stayed in a hotel and you wanted to check what you wanted to go through your bill and get the expenses listed one by one. So
to check.
You want to see how many movies you bought, how many things from the minibar you purchased. So an expenses list.
Yes.
Okay, and that can be issued using this word kai.
Yes.
Okay, what's the second language point we have?
That is very common in your daily life. 您.
您.
先生，这是您的中奖金额2元。
Now that's, from what I understand, it's a polite way of saying 你. Right, now, if we all look at the character, you'll see that it is exactly the same as 你, but we have the heart radical underneath. And that indicates that you're being a bit more friendly, right? You're being a bit more polite, using your heart, showing respect.
Yes.
Okay, so can we have an example?
Okay. 您两位想吃点什么?
What would you two like to eat?
Yes.
So this is something that, say, a fuyuan in a restaurant might ask a couple of customers.
Yeah.
And to express that he's being respectful of his customers, he's saying 您 rather than 你. Right.
It's polite, not rude.
Right, and so, would this be the sort of word that you might use when you're talking to someone who's older than you, and if you're younger and you want to show respect?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
The second one, yeah.
Yes. 请出示您的证件.
Okay, so again, can you please show your ID? And that might be something that a policeman might say.
Yes, police always say that.
Right, and they're saying 您 to be respectful.
Yeah, if you break the transportation law
regulations. So they're still being nice to you, even though you've broken the law. That's good.
Yeah. It's okay. Let's see the tips.
Okay, so in our tips today, we thought we'd talk a bit about fa piaos. Because it's something that I don't know many foreigners would be acquainted with. So first of all, what's the difference between an invoice and a receipt? Well, first of all, how do you say receipt?
Receipt is 收据.
收据. And fa piao is
fa piao is invoice.
Okay. So a fa piao differs from an invoice in that, a fa piao differs from a 收据. Because a 收据 is the customer's receipt of the purchase, and a fa piao is more like the company who sold the product giving you a record that they have made the transaction. And it's used for tax purposes. Most individuals don't have to worry about it, but some employees do from certain companies, and business people often worry about it. It's a way for them to claim tax back from the companies they've made purchases from.
Yes.
So it's a little bit complicated. The other thing about the 发票 is that, as we saw in our dialogue, is that there's a small box on them that you can scratch.
Yeah, you
and
can scratch
and
too.
You can win money. Is that right?
Yes, maybe 2 or 10.
Oh, I've even heard stories of hundreds, but I've yet to see.
Really?
Yeah.
Just one, I scratched 10 yuan.
10 yuan. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So that's pretty good.
That was.
And who pays that money?
Maybe should be the shop.
The shop.
Yeah, the
you
shop.
bought the object from pays it. Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
bought something.
Right. Now, the other thing we're going to talk about in the tips today is this word that's in the dialogue.
抬头.
抬头.
Mm.
What does that mean literally?
Literally means 抬 means lift or raise.
And 头?
头, head.
Right. So lift your head. But here, it didn't mean that, did it? It meant the addressee.
The addressee.
The person that the 发票 was addressed to.
Yeah.
Right.
How to address your company or.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's pretty much it for today. So thanks for your time, and
Yes.
hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next time at mandarintube.com.
Your Chinese learning channel.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And when she lets me slip away.